Hello everyone, so now we will do one more DHCP lab. So here what I will do, I will take one server here and we will take the layer 3 switch, and if we need we can take access layer switch like this also, and from here we can have the multiple devices. Like for 2 VLAN we can do, or 3 VLAN, same concept will be repeat for multiple VLAN. So let's see here, this is the one of the scenario. In the real world you will have this way also, like you will have dedicated server for the DHCP. So we can say this is a DHCP server and this is VLAN 10, 20, 30, and we need to get the IP from the DHCP. So I will take this one. Let me take this color. We will say this is the VLAN 10 and this one is VLAN 20, and we have another color. We can take this yellow as a VLAN 30. 3 VLAN I am using now currently, and we can put here I am using VLAN 10 as name IT. Subnet we will use 192.168.10.0 and gateway we will use 192.168.10.1. This is for VLAN 10, and this one for 20 we will use HR example, and this should be 20.0 and here 20.1. and VLAN 30 we can use any name like sales, or here we will use this one 30. This is also 30. So we have 3 department here. So we need to do the configuration. So let's do the configuration from the scratch. First we will do the, let me write the name VLAN or DHCP for multiple VLAN. This is a lab name, and I will do first the switch 1 configuration. Switch 1 configuration, enable config T host name SW1 we can take. This is the access layer switch. In this one I am making this interface F0/7 as a trunk. We can do any one, like first we can do that, or anything we can do. It is not like first I should make this trunk, then I should put this in that VLAN. Sequence is not important here. Whatever we want we can do, our wish. So I make that one as a trunk, then I am creating the VLAN 10, name I give as a IT, then VLAN 20, name we give as a HR, then we have VLAN 30 and we give the name as a sales. Then we need to see the ports, like here we have 1 and 2. So I will write here interface range F0/1-2, then switch port mode access, then switch port access VLAN 10, then interface range F0/3-4, switch port mode access, switch port access VLAN 20. Then you have interface range F0/4-4 or 5-6. We will write switch port mode access, then switch port access VLAN 30. So this one we done here in the access layer switch. We can go here and we can paste this configuration in the access layer switch. So here I will go, I will do here I pasted here, everything is working, everything is good, no error, nothing. If you want we will save and we will write show VLAN brief just to verify. and everything is good. Now we need to do the layer 3 switch configuration, and also here like we can configure here any IP. Example, I will say this IP we will give as a 192.168.1.2 for DHCP server, and I go here, I am putting that IP 192.168.1.2, and this is the subnet mask, and the gateway I will give 1.1. DNS I am putting 8.8.8. anything we can use here, we are not using DNS. So this IP is assigned to the DHCP server. And then if we go to services, here the DHCP server, we can create here DHCP server. So I will click here one, the on, then this one gateway we told just now, like 1.1, because we are using this in VLAN 1, so this one I give 192.168.1.2. so 1.2 is the IP of the server, and gateway we give as 1.1, so I put here. DNS we can put 8.8.8, our wish. Start IP from any range you can give, whatever the device, how many IP you want to give, you can put that one, and this is not applicable, so click save. So this is the one DNS pool we configure. Now we need to configure another one, so we can write here VLAN 10, and we can define here like that, like VLAN 10 we have this gateway as we wrote here, and here start the IP from this range, everything is same here, and click add. So we have the another pool for VLAN 10 also. Then we can do for VLAN 20, and here also VLAN 20, here is VLAN 20. Okay, and what else we can add here? So VLAN 20 is also done. Now for 30, we need to create the pool, whatever VLAN we are using. So I created, this is default one, VLAN 1, this is 10, 20, 30. After that, here in the layer 3 switch we need to do the configuration. So in layer 3 what we will do, I can write here layer 3 switch, layer 3 switch configuration, enable config T host name SW2, let me give this one, and here I will write interface range F0/1-2. You need to make this one as a trunk and also this one also trunk, because here you have the DHCP server pool for multiple VLAN, so we will configure this port as a trunk, and this one is connecting to another switch, so this one also we will configure as a trunk. So I will write here switch port trunk encapsulation dot 1Q, then switch port mode trunk. Here I configure trunk. We can do anything, first trunk or later trunk, anything we can do. And don't forget to write IP routing, because we need to enable the inter VLAN here. So I wrote the command IP routing, and I make the interface as a trunk. Then we can do same thing. We should have the VLAN 10 here, name IT, VLAN 20, name we have HR, we have VLAN 30, and name we give, what name we give, sales. So this one we created VLAN. Even this switch is not connected to that VLAN, we need to create, else he will not forward that VLAN traffic if you did not create that VLAN. After that we need to do the inter VLAN. So inter VLAN we will do like this, interface VLAN 10, and you will assign the IP. This is SVI I am doing here, 192.168.10.1 I am using. And see here why I put the 10.1 in the server here as a gateway. If you remember, here in the server I give this is a gateway. So whatever gateway we given, that one we need to use that IP to do the inter VLAN here, this IP. If you use gateway as a here 10.100, then we need to use that IP as a gateway, means that IP we need to use as a inter VLAN IP. This one you need to remember. So this server, this is the server who is going to give this as a gateway to our computer, and they will give the IP from this range. So when they are doing the inter VLAN, whatever the gateway we give here, that should be assigned to the VLAN. With that IP we need to do the inter VLAN. So this is for VLAN 10. Then interface VLAN 20, IP address 192.168.20.1, give space 255.255.255.0, and you will write no shut. Then interface VLAN 30 and IP address 192.168.30.1, give space 255.255.255.0 and write no shut here. So this one we done. And one more thing you need to do here. If you remember, this is a layer 3 switch we are using here. So whenever layer 3 device is coming between the DHCP client and DHCP server, we need to put IP helper command, else it will not work. So we need to do the IP helper command. We will do here. So what I will do, first I will copy paste this configuration. I will go here in this one, in the layer 3 switch, and we will paste here. We pasted here the configuration and we check, no error, nothing here, everything is good. After that also, if you check, you will not get the IP here because IP helper command we need to put. So before that one, first let's try and check it will work or not. It will not work. We will cross check. It is not working. So what we need to do, we need to go inside the VLAN. Here we need to create this one also, VLAN 1, because we are doing for VLAN 1, 10, 20, 30. So same thing for VLAN 1 also, I will do this one. So let me write this in notepad also for VLAN 1. I forget before to write. I will write for VLAN 1. And then you can put here and no shut. Now we need to put the IP helper command. So what we will do here, inside the VLAN I will do, in the VLAN 1, IP helper address, and helper address you need to define the server IP. What is the server IP? 1.2. This DHCP server IP 1.2. So we need to put this command. This is a command you need to put inside all the interface, VLAN 1, VLAN 10, whatever VLAN we have. So interface VLAN 10 I will put here because layer 3 device is coming in between. So we need to put this command inside the VLAN 10. So I done this for all the VLAN 1, 10, 20, 30. Now we need to wait some time, or if we don't want to wait, we can do fast forward, and then after that see it is getting the IP here. Go here, select here 10.12, and if you check here 20.11, if you see here 20.12, same thing whatever we set in the DHCP server, same thing we are getting. It is working. Just you need to put the IP helper command inside that VLAN. If you see here, yeah, everything is good. Here also working. So this lab is working successfully.